This is Iona from Candy Says, and you're listening to the Ego and Vice podcast.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South T-Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Red. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago. Well, I got the hell out. From time to time you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crocs and rolls is where I learned to play. Westwood Tavern's where I learned to walk away.
Hey, this is Mike. This is episode 175. This is Ego and Vice. Welcome back. Seasons change. It's what happens, right? I always find myself kind of in between seasons. I don't know what to do with myself. Do I get the SADs, like the seasonal, whatever that acronym is, SADs? Maybe. I think it's just adjustment, really. It's because I know what I do in the winter. I know what I do in the summer. What do I do in the in-betweens? In the meantime, and in between time, no clue. I'll stick to bumbling around my house. Just killing time. Doom scrolling. Right? Anyway, on the episode this week, I have Jake, Kyle, and Mikey from the Ottawa punk band. Pop punk, maybe emo punk, rock and roll, absolutely. The band is called Holly Acres. They swung by Southwood Studio. We sat down. We had a conversation about all things Holly Acres. It was fun. Great dudes. Good times. Let's get to a song. I'm going to play a song called, as I check my notes. You know, you'd think after 10 years of doing this, I would come in prepared. However, I am not prepared. I am still flying on a wing in the prayer, as they say. Broken Knuckles is the song. Holly Acres is the band. Jake, Kyle, Mikey. We'll be right back. This is Ego and Vice.
Trying to make something of
Okay, we're back. This is Ego and Vice. This is episode 175. As promised in the intro, in Southwood Studio, I have Jake, I have Kyle, I have Mikey from the local pop punk. Is that fair?
Yes.
Pop punk band, Hollikers. No, I'm just kidding. Holly Acres. How's it going? Welcome to Southwood Studio.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot
Right,
for
my
having
old
us.
stomping grounds,
Appreciate
actually.
it.
I grew up right across, I grew up Notting Hill, just right over there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We call this, in this neck of the woods, we called it Southie.
Southie, okay.
Southie. It's taken kind of like from, did you ever see Good Will Hunting?
Yes.
Yep.
Where it's, Will was, remember Robin Williams? He's from Barbara Street. Oh, it's from Southie.
Okay, no, I love that.
Let's start out by just doing a quick introduction, who you are, what you do in the band, and maybe a quick question. What is your favorite song today?
Yeah, I'm Kyle, and I play bass. I've been doing that for, I guess it's over 2 years now. My brother is the lead singer of the band I've joined because he asked me to come play bass once because they had a show to play. I learned 7 songs in 7 days. And I'd say my favorite song right now is probably... what have I been listening to a lot? I've been listening to the Legion soundtrack a lot. It's a TV show, Legion. There's a cover soundtrack that's called It's Always Blue. I've been listening to that on repeat a lot recently.
It's always blue. Cool.
And hi, everyone, I'm Jake. I've been in the band for just over a year now, and I play guitar in the band and doing backing vocals. And my favorite song right now is Manala by Pliny. I'm a huge kind of prog instrumentalist guitar guy, so that's usually kind of music I follow.
Very cool. I like the question of what's your favorite song today, because I find like being a music fan, it changes all the time, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get obsessed one day, and then the next thing you just throw something on a playlist. You're like, what's that? So anyway, let's talk about the origin of Holly Acres. Now, I do some research. I try to, based off social media. It's there for a reason other than just to get lost in. It says here that the origin of the band, was back in 2018. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk about that? How did you all meet together? How did you all meet, and how did you all kind of put it together?
So pretty much, like, I had this band called Walls of Troy, and like it started from there, and then I just met like Brandon from you messaging him, and I met at the time Ryan from work, and then
Ryan
the
is the old singer.
Yeah, Ryan's the old singer. And then Cam, the old guitar player, the original guitar player, I met like online as well, like just by people telling me about him and stuff. And then we all just like got together. We started working on the Walls of Troy stuff. We had a singer at the time, and then like things didn't work out, and then so then we just started like making some pop punk music, and we're like, oh, we like this. And then Ryan started singing, and then we just started playing, and it just kind of
So
went
is Ryan
from
only
there.
guitar in Walls of Troy?
He was only guitar in Walls of Troy.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, cool. I appreciate pre-pandemic bands that are still bands, because a lot of them didn't make it through, and a lot of them
Totally.
of the bands today were formed maybe during or maybe right after, right? So good on you for making it through. We don't talk about the pandemic too much because it's all the same shit. It's all the same stories. But why don't we actually just touch on that? How did you stay together through the shit?
It's going to be a lot of Mikey talking on that one.
So like we just pretty much just kept it going by just practicing, trying to keep getting together. We talked a lot on Facebook, so I mean we had a good like friendship and stuff like that as well, and everything. And so I mean like that helped out a lot, and I guess just everybody's love for music and the wanting to keep going with the band and stuff kind of just kept bringing it together and whatnot. But we did manage to practice, you know.
Cool.
And
What are speaking of music and that? What are some of your origins, not origins, inspirations from when you were younger, like things that really inspired you?
for me, it's like a lot of I don't know, like I listen to like a lot of like Dead and Divine, My Chemical Romance. I listen to Census Fail, Seosin, you know, like things like that. So it's always been like, I guess, like post-hardcore, like kind of vibe, like pop punk too, you know, like Blink-182. I was in another pop punk band back like when I was freaking like 16. We're called Broken on Sight and stuff, and like
That sounds about right.
we had like Much Music video out at the time and things like that, when it was Much Music, the Spotlight or whatever. So
Oh yeah, like the indie spotlight.
the indie Spotlight.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that kind of like helped move that band and things too, right? So I've just like always been playing, you know, and things. And
Yeah. What about you, Kyle? Earlier, stuff that
so
inspired you.
definitely growing up, my aunts were both heavily in the music scene. My aunt Sherry was in a band called Unwarranted Trust, which was actually, I don't know if you're familiar, there's a big old anti-war compilation called the Peace Comp. Her band was on the Peace Comp, so pretty cool stuff like that. So my roots go back to when I was a kid. They were doing me up with a mohawk when I was in the pub as an infant, almost, you know. So I've been playing music in bands. I was in a bunch of kind of smaller bands that didn't make it very far. I was notably in a hardcore band called Chester Eagles that just did a reunion back in January. We haven't been a band for about 10 years now, so super fun. I've always been out playing. I really like doing that. Chester Eagles was lots of fun. I was in another band called Trouble Without a Cause for a while. That was super fun as well. Like I said earlier, I'm in a band called Brutal Play now. So when I was young, I used to listen to a lot of like Rancid and NoFX and then like old 80s punk like GBH and stuff like that. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. But I find that a lot of the music that we're playing in Holly Acres is very similar song structures.
Cool.
So for me, it's just a little bit of a different distortion, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Jake?
Yeah. So I picked up guitar maybe in the mid 2000s, so I'm very much a product of Billy Talent, Sum 41, Simple Plan, all those guys kind of melded into one, and then kind of later into the into the 2000s, more into something like A Day to Remember, kind of like easy core, post hardcore kind of thing. Was kind of my big influences. Yeah.
Cool. And as far as this lineup, I know you had mentioned a bit of the origin. I kind of missed. Were you all part of the original band?
No, only
Okay.
only Mikey and my brother, who's the singer now, who's not here.
Right. That's right. So when did you in particular join the band? Like what around what time? Like year-wise?
I joined about a year and a bit ago.
Okay.
After a bit of a shuffle you guys had, looking
Yeah.
for some couple of guitarists and just randomly, and also not online though. Like just I was out and about, and another guy mentioned he was trying out for this band or whatever, and said, "Hey, you should come along and do that," and whatever, and then showed up, and then went to one jam with these guys, and that was kind of it. You guys never actually told me I was ever in the band. I kind of just kept showing up. I'm
coming
kind of just
back,
waiting
You
for you
just
guys.
never left?
I'm just kind of
Yeah,
waiting
yeah.
for you guys to tell me, it's like, hey, actually, you failed the audition.
No, that's kind of how it happened with
Yeah.
me too. I just kept. I've been about 2.5 years now. I would say, like, if we want to talk from the first time I played with them, it's like maybe 2 3/4 years, and then I joined the band a couple months later, which is maybe like just under 3 years ago, or what, 2.5 anyway, something like that.
Quite a
Anyways,
bit of
yeah,
time,
quite a
yeah.
bit of time now.
And Mikey, you're the original member, I guess.
Yeah.
You're the one that's carried it through, which is great. You had a single in 2021 called Grounded,
Yep.
the one and only single. Single was 2021, and then you had an EP drop in 2022, Past to the Future.
That's right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Where'd you record that one?
We recorded that one with my buddy Dan, and he was playing in a band called This Disaster at the time, and I just knew him for a while, and he was like, "Oh, you come over and record," so we did, and yeah,
That's cool.
thanks Dan for helping us out with that. So appreciate it.
And that was definitely still within the confines of the pandemic, so there must have been some restrictions to get that thing done. Was it a pain in the ass, or?
No, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went smoothly.
Okay, cool. Obviously, weren't playing too many shows around that time, I guess.
Not too many, no.
Yeah. So then we get into 2023. Are you guys in the band yet? Still no.
I'm right about there, but no, not yet.
Just on the cusp, eh?
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
had Starting Over, the EP.
Yeah.
Any meaning for that title? I thought maybe that's when these guys joined and everything was getting mixed
No,
up.
but they do make a joke almost every time we play. My brother being the singer now is Brandon's always saying, well, it's great. I love when we get to this song because I'm sick of starting over. And when we get to this part in the set list, there's definitely no way we're starting over.
Past the point of no return.
Exactly. It's
Well, I
usually
think
about
it definitely
3/4 of the way
like
in
felt
the
like a
set.
connotations of like, hey, not to go back on the pandemic again, but like, hey, it's maybe sort of near the end of this, and now we're gonna try and reboot and like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know. That means a lot, though, too, right? And I think it can be rewarded that, like you said, like I keep saying, it's like you came out of it, and you're still an active band, which is huge, right? And that's awesome. So I see here that you've played quite a bit of shows, and you've done some touring. Live on Elgin, Avant-Garde, Dom, The Rainbow. That's some staple Ottawa stuff, right?
Yeah, totally.
You've gone through Kingston, Hamilton, Oshawa, North Bay, Niagara.
Yeah,
on little
all fun
tours
places.
like that.
Yeah, all fun places, and we were
Cool.
with this iteration of a band. We did a lot of those actually. Like
Yeah.
North Bay was fun. They appreciated we came up there. There's one guy who I think is our new like biggest fan, and like he was like after we played our first song, he's like, "You guys rock," and he was like after the whole thing, he was like, and we went up to him afterwards, being like, "Hey man, like thanks for rocking out. Like it's always fun to have like you go to a small town and like maybe not expecting a huge crowd, but like this guy was super into it. And he came up to me, he's like, "No, thank you for coming out." Like,
was he there the next time you played there with three of his friends? No, that's how you know.
Unfortunately, we haven't been back. Since.
Oh, okay.
We
That's
haven't
that's
been-
that's
I guess that was just last year.
Yeah.
that's how it works, though, right? It's like Dave.
Yeah.
Who are these guys? This is my whole family. I brought them out. You guys are awesome. The last thing you released was in 2023 with Starting Over. The music, I guess you kept writing. You're still doing stuff. You're still an active band that way. So is there something in the works? Like, have you been touring just Starting Over, or is this just...
We've just been playing our old stuff, but like we do have some new stuff that we do want to get recorded fairly soon, and like we are gonna play some new songs at the show that we're playing
May 1st.
May
Yeah.
1st.
May
We have
1st,
two
Rise
new
Up Music
songs,
Festival.
Yeah. Rise Up Music Festival. Come on out and hear some new Holly Acres.
It's on Live on Elgin, but the
Oh, Live on Elgin.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's super, super important that bands just keep pumping out new music all the time. You know what I mean? Like, kind of rest on what you have for a bit, tour it out, and when the time comes to write new stuff.
I think what Mikey and them used to say a lot when I had come into the band was like, well, we became a band in 2018. The world shut down before we got a chance to we toured it around a little bit. Then we came out with subsequent music and didn't really get a chance to tour that around. So it was like, well, all these songs are still new.
They're new to somebody.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. But what's changed now, I think, is that there's a different singer, right? So the challenge is being like, hey, well, most of the recorded music we have, it doesn't have the same singer anymore.
Right.
So, we're working on a couple new songs. We've been kind of, doing some little recordings, our own, shopping out who we're going to have to master it. But yeah, it's going to be lots of fun, and we have a couple more, I'm sure, in the works coming up.
Okay.
So,
Well, before we move on, why don't we add some context for the good listener and play a song?
for sure.
What would you like to hear? It could be anything that we've talked about, off of anything that we talked about. So what's the song? Hell to Pay?
Hell to Pay.
Okay. This is Holly Acres. This is Hell to Pay. Right here on Ego and Vice.
To the rock and a hard place, I'm skipping stones again. If you get off my case, maybe I could let you in. Truth is that the truth hurts, but I guess you know that best. Cause instead of stab me in the back, you stab me in the chest. Burning bridges always seem so natural. I'm tipping the scales, but I'm not sure which way to go. Running in circles with the fork stuck in the road. This house is burning, but I guess I'll have to call it home. I'm a saint in sheep's clothing, hurted by a sinner's way. Why does heaven have to cost so much? Cause I've got hell to pay, and all these demons live inside my head. A hopeless shake. With this devil on my shoulder, this angel doesn't get a say. Doesn't get a say. The front row seat, so sit down and tune in. The show's about to start. It's getting hard to pick between my head or my heart. Burning bridges always seem so natural. I'm tipping the scales, but I'm not sure which way to go. Running in circles with the form stuck in the road. This ship is sinking, but I'll try my best to know. I'm a saint in sheep's clothing, hurted by a sinner's way. Why does heaven have to cost so much? 'Cause I've got hell to pay, and all these demons live inside my head. A hopeless cliche, and with this devil on my shoulder, this angel doesn't get a say. Doesn't get a say. Doesn't get a say. Oh.
So you're not a three-piece, right? No. How many guys in the band?
There's 5.
5. Did you want to give a shout out to the members that didn't want to come today to take part in this fun?
Brandon and Scott, what's up, boys? We're up.
Yeah. Scott's only just rejoined the band as the lead guitar player, so he didn't feel like he had much to add. And Brandon's just very busy. He has 4 kids and is a
4
roofer.
kids.
So, and he also lives like an hour up in Quebec. So
4 kids and 4 bands.
4 kids, 1 band.
Oh, 1 band. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah.
A roofer, a partridge in a pear tree.
That's cool. Yeah, sometimes you can't make it. You know what? In the long run, it's easier when it's a few members.
Yeah.
It just makes for. I've had like 6 people in here before, and I got lines running everywhere, and everybody just kind of talks over each other, and it's just like, oh boy. But yeah, so I appreciate it. You had mentioned Vic, the Vickler, was in Holly Acres at one point. What era was that?
That was like right when we did the Starting Over EP. She like put it out with us there. She was playing the bass. It was awesome. She toured with us. We went to New Brunswick with her and stuff and everything. And she's a really cool person to play music with and stuff. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Vic is in Passenger Princess. She's in the Hunt Club. She's in Victor Complex, her own band. And she also co-hosts the Southie Stories here on Ego and Vice.
Nice.
That's my radio pitch there. Yeah, she's great. She's a super cool person, great musician.
Yeah.
I just saw Passenger Princess at Targ on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome,
great band.
Yeah, after Vic left the band, and I had met them, and I was like, nice to talk with them always. And actually, a few times when bands were coming through, I was like, hey, do you want to host this band? Because I knew they loved it so much. So a few times she helped out bands that I knew were coming through, and it was pretty sweet, actually.
Oh, that's cool. And, of course, she hosts the open mic at Live on Elgin every Tuesday
Yes.
on Elgin Street. Go down, sign up. There's another radio pitch. You heard it here first on Ego and Vice. Live on Elgin. Anyway, so as far as songwriting goes, we touched on that a bit. How you've had a bunch of members come and go.
Yeah.
Who's the primary writer, or do you all write together? Like, how does it work?
Right now, it's been sort of a, we'll say, asynchronous process where maybe one person will write something, kind of throw it out into the group chat, be like, hey, this is some cool riff that I wrote, and then maybe we'll kind of build on top of that and stuff like that. Or every now and again, I'll spend a Saturday and like sometimes it's just a full song will come to me. Like I think I've sent almost complete songs to the group chat, being like, hey, like here we go kind of thing. maybe we'll work with that, and then Brandon will put some lyrics on top of that, and then we'll kind of go from there. I think it's kind of the first couple demos we've been working on have gone.
Was it always that way, Mikey?
Yeah, it was always that way, more or less.
That's the band is run. The band is run as a democracy, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That can go both ways. Sometimes that can blow up in your face, and sometimes it really works. It depends on the group of people you're kind of working with, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yep. Now it's good to, and like especially with Holly Acres, which we'll say pop punk, but we'll be like post hardcore is definitely in there a bit too, and maybe some easy core and stuff like that. So it's always good to get, and I think getting the influence from every person in the band is kind of really helps us like not stay too much into like or get too much tunnel vision to sort of like one way of writing or one way of doing something. Like I've definitely written stuff where they've been like, hey, maybe if we did it like this way instead. I'm like, oh yeah, obviously, like
Totally.
kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, like I probably would not be the typical bassist for this band normally. I definitely play things a lot more skate punk than maybe other bassists might. So it lends a little bit of something different.
Yeah, for sure.
while I'm
Well,
playing, definitely.
it's different influences, different walks. You know what I mean? And it all comes together to make Holly Acres sound.
Yeah,
I
that's it.
guess.
That's it.
It's tough. It's tough. I've had different members kind of rotate in and out, and it does change like the dynamic. It changes kind of the chemistry a bit, right? And you got to kind of re-tinker with it a bit, and then it works out. But as long as you have a main vision from the beginning and it just kind of evolves that way, then other people can jump on board. And working as a democracy is good, so obviously you all get along, which is really good.
I think that was probably the thing that struck me or gave me the best feeling is I walked in that jam room and I felt like I was friends with you guys like almost immediately. Like that was like I was cracking inside jokes that I thought none of you guys would get, and like Brandon was like laughing and stuff like that. I was like, okay, never mind. These guys know my weird niche humor and stuff like that. Like, I think this can work out.
It doesn't hurt that we're both huge Star Wars
Yeah,
fans.
Yeah. Chemistry's a super important thing because you can bring on the best players.
Yeah.
But if they're dicks, then you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like I'd rather have like just a good player and a great dude than vice versa. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely have to pass the vibe checks.
Yeah, and it's hard to find. It's hard to find chemistry that works. Keep ego at the door, more or less. Have the same kind of goals, and just like you said, just take yourself seriously to an extent, but also laugh as much as you can, and realize. I always think that being in a band is like a privilege because there's people that come see bands that have never done it before that look up and be like, I would give anything to do that. And you think about that when you're playing, you're like watching, and it's like, really is a privilege to do it. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Oh, I've had so many, like this, Holly Acres is like one of the first bands I like my first quote unquote successful band. Like I had a bunch of stuff in high school going on, like that just like, either the drummer didn't show up to practice enough and it kind of like fell apart, or I had a one show ready to go with a new band and the guitarist quit. I was on drums for this one. I showed you that video.
You did. It was awesome.
And so like the other guitarist quit, and so we did a battle of bands with just one guitarist, one drummer, and it was awful. I hated it.
Can we put the link to that video in this episode so that people can see this?
Jake the drummer.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Just send it to me after.
Jake looks scared when he was playing. He was like,
I have long hair and everything, and I'm like, dude, I'm just like whatever. Like this is terrible. The guitarist, he cut his hand open he was using my guitar for some reason. He cut his hand open and starts bleeding all over my guitar too. It was the most biggest train wreck of a show you could ever play. Why I ever picked up the guitar afterwards and like tried to ever play again is beyond me. But
those kind of shows build character.
Exactly right.
If you can survive those, you can survive anything. You know what I mean? I don't think you're a seasoned band if every show you've ever done is perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you don't know the other side of it, so like,
Yeah.
I always say how much can you know about yourself unless you've shit your pants in public? It's the same idea, right? It's like, how will I react? Now I have to find out.
Who shit my pants?
Right. Hey, somebody shit my pants. Anyway, I was looking at some other stuff, and I noticed you guys did a Stage Riot show out in Carlton Place.
So
That
much
was
fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goat, my band Goat, has done a couple of shows out there.
Yeah.
We did the Skunk Fest.
Nice.
And we did one at the first in the gym.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
community
community
center.
center.
We did the first one actually, and both my Holly Acres and my other band played it actually.
Oh, cool.
We played back to back and headlined that very first
Brutal
one.
Play and
Yeah, in Holly Acres. Yeah, it was very fun.
that was fun. No, it's been awesome to see that grow, and like to the point where it was funny. I think it was right after you had played 2 shows back to back at the Brass Monkey.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone reached out to me, not Tyler, but that girl that sold patches, Pookie.
Pookie, of course.
She showed up to me, or she DM'd me like, hey, like I think it was Wet for Days. Wet for Days couldn't play one like the outdoor show. Can you guys like fill in right away? And like you had just played 2 shows in a row. I think Kate was gonna kill you if you played one more show.
My wife.
And so we're like, no, sorry, we couldn't do that. So I think a Floralizer ended up getting it.
Yeah.
But it's funny. But then Pookie was like, "Oh, you guys should do one of these shows sometime." I'm like, "We did the first one," and so it's kind of cool to see it grow so much that like, going from like doing the first one to like people suggesting that we do one of these kinds of things is kind of fun.
Yeah. What's your opinion on all ages shows? Do you think there should be more of them?
Buddy, it's doing the good
Definitely,
work.
yeah,
For
it's
sure,
good.
man. There needs to be more of them.
It was so like I remember like after your set, like they all went outside to do whatever. And then we were setting up and thing, and we started playing, and like there was like no one in the gym. I was like almost like a little bit disappointed. Like okay, maybe I don't know, they're kids. Maybe they have to go home. I don't know. But then like they heard the music hitting, and then like I swear to God, like 100 kids like running back to the stage to come watch us play, and it was.
Yeah.
Well,
it gives them something to do, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like all ages shows just for the enthusiasm of kids.
Absolutely.
Remember when you were young and everything new was just like amazing?
Yes.
And you just had to be there. And I don't know. That's something that sometimes gets lost of just gigging every day or all the time in Ottawa, right? It's like, I hope someone fucking shows up.
That show was
know.
actually my son's first show. It was the first show I was able to bring him to because he was like...
That was the first one for my niece.
Yeah, and actually my drummer for Brutal Play put him on stage when Holly Akers was done playing. And he started chanting my son's name. So all the kids around started chanting his name. I got the picture of my son on stage with his hands up in the air. Like,
Yeah, that's
this is the
cool.
best
I
day of
think
my life.
I think all ages shows like that are super important. What's the Boomer Key Fest? Boomarchy Fest.
Yeah, it was me and my best friend Sean. I go by the nickname Boombox, and he used to go by Seanarchy. Not so much anymore, but either way, it was our 40th birthday this year, and we decided to do a joint birthday party 2 weeks apart from each other. So we put together a 2-day festival, bunch of bands, and we played both night. Like I had bands that played on both nights and stuff like that. I had like the Chest Hair Eagles was a reunion we did on Friday. We played both Holly Akers and Brutal Play on Saturday. That was pretty great. Sean put a lot of work into that. We had a lot of really fun bands out. Oh man, there's almost too many to mention. I think it was 13 bands over 2 days. Great. Blood Moon Occultation was one of them. HPV, Gore Grind from Ottawa.
Just pull the mic a little
Sorry.
closer.
HPV from Ottawa, I was saying. Blood
Ali
Moon
Beers was there?
Occultation. Ali Beers was there and played as well. Acid Rot. Brutal Play, like I said, Chest Hair Eagles, Holly Akers played. Man, I know I'm missing a couple here.
That's okay. They can look it up.
Infectors?
Yeah.
They can look it
Infectors
up.
played as well. They were
Anyway,
Hawkeye's band.
that's cool. Yeah, it sounds super fun. It sounds really busy. Must have been a big day.
Oh yeah, big weekend. Yeah, for sure. It
Yeah.
was lots of fun. But we backlined the whole show, so it was easy.
Cool. So you have a show on May 1st.
Yep.
1st?
Yep.
Yep.
Right. At Live on Elgin.
Yes.
2026 so far. How has it been? How has this year been so far? All 4 months of it.
Pretty
played a
good.
few
I mean, like I
shows.
welcomed my second child like just a week and a half or 2 weeks now ago. So we've been a little. I've been preparing, but I knew that was coming. So we've had to kind of take a little bit of a backseat, unfortunately. But I think going forward into the summer, Mikey's got some plans to get us out there and doing a few things.
I think
Mikey's the driving force.
Like we've been talking to Stage Riot. Spoiler alert. We'll probably doing another one of those shows.
And a couple other people just to get around,
Yeah,
know,
that's
town
good.
for the summer and things like that. We have been playing a few shows even before this May 1st one. Like I think we played
March. Yeah.
a couple weeks ago there.
Yeah,
Well, we
yeah.
played 2 shows.
We played 2 shows. Within
Well, we
a
did
couple-
the Battle of the Bands
That's
there
right.
Yeah,
at Moose McGuire's.
And then we
Rock
did one
Dog.
the following week.
And then the following with like almost the same bill
Yeah.
with
We played
at
with
Live on
Ginny and the
Elgin.
Rearrangers
So we had
again
booked a
at
show
Live on
with
Elgin.
Ginny and the Rearrangers. They're a band out of I think they're from Pembroke.
Yeah, Pembroke.
Yeah,
That's right.
Pembroke.
I thought it was going to say
And so like
Cornwall, but yeah,
we
Pembroke.
were putting together a show with them for Live on Elgin, and then you had put us put in our application for that Battle of the Bands, and they announced it, and then we're playing with Ginny and in the Rearrangers like the Saturday before the Thursday that we were already playing with them. So it's cool. I mean, they're great band, and it's good to see him
Oh
play
yeah,
again.
fantastic.
Well,
fantastic.
say Ottawa's not a huge city,
No.
right? So the scene is the Ottawa music community in Ottawa is strong and it's big and it's full and it has all kind of different corners and stuff. But you definitely cross paths and end up kind of knowing everybody.
Yeah.
And but that's
True,
the
true.
beauty of it. That's what makes it a community, right? And people look out for each other. Bands help each other out, and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, it's great. It's great. So, what would you like to see for the rest of the year?
Yeah, well, definitely. I think we're gonna get out there and play some more shows as we go, as things go. I think I was the one who was kind of holding people back a little bit. But yeah, it seems like I'm gonna be freed up a little bit now. The beginning stages are just kind of getting not to the end, but I mean, a little bit more manageable. I'm going back to jamming. Like I said, I was at jam earlier. So yeah, and I mean, I think are we gonna cross paths with your new project maybe this year?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Mikey's got a new project in the way as well, or I should say, a band that's being resurrected. Want to talk about that at all?
I mean,
Well, it's up to you.
it's like, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, like, well, we have a couple shows. Like, we're starting to book some shows for the end of August. There, like, I got some where it's a band like that I know from Toronto, but like a couple of the guys here that I'm jamming with, the guitar players are from Ottawa and stuff like that. So like we've just been kind of getting things together, and then our singer, he's from Toronto. The band's called Parkway Cinema. So and they actually have an organization as well called Bros Before Lows for men's mental health. So if anybody wants to check them out too, Maddie, he's like I said, the singer, and he runs the organization, everything like that, and his vision was for like the band and everything. So I'm just kind of helping out with moving the vision and the project along there. So
Cool. Well, great cause. And anytime you can kind of give back, right, with the platform we have as musicians,
Totally.
because you have a stage and you get a microphone, right, and you can book shows, so make them an event. It's great. It's awesome. Cool. Before we get to 13 questions with the band, my rapid fire question game,
Okay.
did you have any quick shout outs or thank yous you wanted to send to anybody?
Everybody who keeps listening and everybody who comes out to the shows, thank you always for support. And hey, everybody that couldn't be in this room today, thanks for always sticking around.
That's mutual.
Yeah.
yep.
Excellent. Okay. This is. Do you want to play 13 questions with the band?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Time for 13 questions with the band. Yes, this segment's back again. It's called 13 questions, but I only asked 6, maybe 5.
Okay, we're back with Holly Akers, Jake, Kyle, and Mikey for 13 questions with the band. Now, I have 13 questions, but I only ask from the 13 questions. If I asked all 13, we'd be here all night. So they're kind of a rapid fire, so keep it kind of brief.
Yeah.
If you have like a funny story to tell about it, go ahead. But if it's going to take 20 minutes, then I'm going to delete it.
Yeah.
You're going to waste your breath. You can talk about it off mic, but I got to keep these motherfuckers under an hour.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes with music and everything. So
No.
anyway, I already asked the first question, and this is for each of you. Okay. What's your favorite song right now? It's done. So we're out of that. Okay. What's the first song you learned how to play?
I think it was Blink 182, Staying Together for the Kids.
Very good.
I want to say it was White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. Like,
Very good.
Holiday by Green Day.
Very good. American Idiot.
Yes.
All right. Very good. What is your favorite band or artist to see live?
I have no idea.
You get
I'll
one
pass
pass
that.
per
I'm
one
gonna
pass
pass
per
that.
round. Oh yeah.
I absolutely love the Ripcords from Montreal. They're my favorite band, and I love to see them every time.
Paul Gott. He's a good.
Yeah?
He's a
Oh,
good
yeah,
man.
Fantastic. Runs the Punk Canada page.
Sleep Token puts on a phenomenal show.
Sleep Token. Mikey, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
favorite? No, you have. Well, you don't have to answer, but I just
Your
figured
favorite
after
band
that
to see
you might have
live,
thought something popped into your mind.
Who was your
I thought we were switching.
What was your favorite performance at the We Were Friends Fest?
At the We Were Friends Fest?
Yeah.
Probably the main. The main was freaking dope.
There we go. What was the first band or music that made you want to start a band?
I guess it was probably like Sum 41, Blink 182 kind of thing.
Strike Anywhere, for sure. Changes the sound. That album came out. I saw them live, and I was like, that's it. I'm buying an instrument.
Simple Plan.
Simple Plan. What's a song you'll never get sick of?
I'll never get sick of The Black Parade. It was never one of my favorites, but it was the first song my son learned to sing, and he knew all the lyrics, and I think it was super sweet.
Cool.
I'm going to go off the beaten path here, but Home for a Rest by Spirit of the West.
That is a great one. I could never
It's a
get
good
tired
pub
of that.
song.
Yeah.
Never get sick of it.
Is there a song you wish... Is there a song that you really, really like that you wish Holly Akers wrote?
Downfall of Us All by A Day to Remember.
Punk Rock Girls? I think it's... is it the Queers? Maybe?
Punk Rock Girl?
Punk Rock
Dead
Girls.
Milkmen? Oh, Punk Rock Girls.
Punk Rock Girls.
Yeah, me,
Yummy,
Punk Rock
yummy,
Girls.
Punk Rock
Oh, yeah, that's
Girls.
the Queers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Queers, yeah. I like that one.
For me, maybe it's like Boys Night Out, I think it was, or Boys Like Girls, and it was She's Got a Girlfriend, or He's Got a Girlfriend Now, or something like that, or whatever. I forget what it was, the actual name of the song. I know it's cheesy, but I like that pop punk stuff, so.
Cool. What is a band you wish people knew more about?
Driveways. They're a band out of Boston, and it's just a bunch of dads, but they write it's like post-hardcore Blink-182 kind of ish. Anyways, go check them out. Driveways.
Animals as leaders. Just absolutely love everything they do.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a couple of Tosin's picks.
The Downcast, yeah, the Downcast.
Oh, you did show me that
Sorry.
band. I'm sorry, Mike.
Yes, the Downcast from Toronto.
Cool. 2 more questions. If you could have a drink or a meal with any artist, living or dead, who would it be?
Lemmy, for sure.
Go.
Jimmy
Jimmy Morrison.
Hendrix.
I'm just fucking with you.
I guess Buddy from Census Fail.
Cool. And the last question for all of you, who is Holly Akers?
Holly Akers, do you want the real historical answer? Because Holly Akers is named after a man named Adam Holland, who was a politician for the city of Nepean, and that's what Holly Akers is named after.
That's crazy. Yeah, but it was a street though. But there you go.
It is but he's named after the street is named after a man named Adam Holland.
Yeah,
And
that's
he was
cool.
a politician.
Well,
For the
that's,
city of
that's a literal definition.
And so, but yes, we also do the metaphorical one if you want.
Friends and family.
Holly Akers is everyone who comes out to see us.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, maybe here's a good segue. You know what? I think of all the people that come out to the shows. One of the people that's inspired me a lot recently is our friend Super Kyle. He's come out. He joined us as a singer at the Battle of the Bands because my brother was unable to make it. He's always kind of inspiring everybody around us.
We appreciate the support, bud.
Cool. All right. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out. It was great getting to know you. And check out Holly Akers at Live on Elgin on May 1st.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
That's right. I nailed it. Fuck, my memory's great. Thanks, guys.
'Cause how could I have known what's beneath what's never shown? You cover up your personality with poison.
I would like to thank Jake, Kyle, and Mikey from the local band Holly Acres for coming by Southwood Studio. It's great getting to know you guys, and I'll see ya out in the real world somewhere, sometime. If you want to get a hold of myself, if you want to get a hold of Max, if you want to get a hold of Vic, you can always reach us at egoandvice@gmail.com. You can go to egoandvicepodcast.com, our home base, the website, the Fortress of Solitude, the HQ for all things Ego and Vice. Or you can just go to your favorite streaming whatever. We're everywhere. Just look up Ego and Vice. We're the only ones out there. That's it for now. Happy in-between time. Maybe the sun will come out one day. We'll see. See you next time.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.